places to put everybody. Then we come along, we're going to pass a $4.5 billion bill, and we have $700-something million in there to say, build some tent facilities down there, Border Patrol. What's your job, Border Patrol, on a daily basis? What are you trained to do? Patrol the border. What are you doing now? We're having to babysit a lot and figure out how to house people. Is that your normal job? No. This is what we're doing. And then we're saying, oh, by the way, once you make a determination of who they are, figure out what to do with them, you're going to let them go, send them to ICE. Hey, ICE, do you have enough beds? Nope. What are you going to do with them? Catch and release them? What is the Gulf Cartel going to do? Let's keep throwing more at them. Because they can. And because there's people in Honduras and El Salvador and Guatemala who want a better life. And we all want them to have a better life. But at some point, we have to make a decision as a country. Is it better for our country and the migrants who seek to come here that we just have this unfettered flow across the border? Because that's what's happening, all at the endangerment of that mom and 3 children who were found dead in the river, who are in the custody of the Gulf Cartel, not CBP or ICE. And we can go through example after example after example. We can go through example of Border Patrol 2 weeks ago, Laredo, when they rescued 14 migrants locked in a horse trailer that was 123 degrees. June 14th, when agents rescued 8 children and 10 adults from the currents of the Rio Grande. As acting Chief Operating Officer CBP John Sanders said, smugglers do not care how dangerous it is. They guide migrants directly into these life-threatening situations. I'm proud of the agents involved in this rescue. Or when coordinated with U.S. Marines, which, by the way, the House bill doesn't fund the DOD portions, to launch a helicopter search and rescue mission for an Indian mother and her 7- and 8-year-old daughters who were reported missing by other migrants. They saved the mother and the oldest child, but the 7-year-old's body had been dumped in a desert. And my friend from Arizona mentioned this a little bit earlier, I believe, in her questioning and testimony. I could go on, and you all have a job to do in Rules Committee. I am asking you to consider an amendment that reflects the language that President Obama sent of $762.8 million to fund ICE so they can do their job, provide beds, so we can drop the pressure valve down and ensure that Border Patrol can do its job, ICE can do its job. And for my colleagues on the Oversight Committee and other places, let's oversee ICE and make sure that they're doing the job we want them to do. But we shouldn't completely bind their hands and not provide them the tools to do the job and not be able to take people and find a place to put them, care for them, detain them as necessary, and figure out how to stem the tide of the cartels abusing asylum and exploiting migrants in the process. I yield and thank the chairman.